do you have any other things you want to share? I have the video today that we received with your permission from Rajendra Bhai that we can share about your first experience. You want to move on that, or you want to share something else before we move?
No, that's really my next experience, really.
Let's hear from you first before we watch the video.
Swamiji conducted his first retreat, which I had nothing to do with. I was just busy organising everything. But on the Monday, I was asked if I wanted to visit the cathedral with Swamiji. And it's about 10 minutes walk from Rhew. And there were about 8 of us, including Rhew and Nirmala. So we walked into the cathedral, and the cathedral has 5 small chapels as well as the main area of the cathedral itself. And as we were walking up through the cathedral, the cathedral has a bit of a slope, which is interesting in itself. And we were passing the first chapel, and Swamiji stopped and said, "This is where we shall meditate." And I said, "No, let's go further on." And I'm, quite a shy person, and you don't tell a living guru where not to meditate. So, but we carried on, and we visited the other parts of the cathedral. And I went into the last chapel that we were going to visit, but Swamiji and everyone else just walked past the chapel to walk down and out of the cathedral. And I don't remember doing this, but apparently I ran out to Swamiji and said, "You've got to come back in here." So we went into the chapel, and in the chapel at that time there was a casket with a card above it saying something like, "Casket long reputed to contain the bones of St. David and St. Justinian. It is possible that the bones of St. Caradog might be among them." And Swamiji said, what's that? The name of the last saint from the card. And somebody said St. Caradog. So he asked us to sit down on the pews, the benches there, and to meditate as to whether the relics in the casket were actually those of St. Caradog. So we sat to meditate, and I put my hands out, and it's the first time I'd ever done that. And I found that in itself really rather beautiful. It's like opening up to the universe. But I was also quite worried because I knew the dean, and I was just wondering, oh no, what if the dean comes in and,
wow,
sees me doing this? And we meditated for a few minutes, and after we finished, Swamiji asked what people had felt, and everyone else was saying, "Oh, there's wonderful, powerful energy," and I hadn't felt a thing. But then Swamiji asked me to come and stand in front of the caskets, to take my flip-flops off. It was a warm day, and I remember how cool the slate floor felt beneath my feet. But and he asked me to hold my hands out towards the casket, and then Swamiji stood behind me, and I was thinking, oh no, what if the dean comes in and sees me doing this? And also I was thinking, I don't feel anything, and I'm going to let this guru down. And I was getting to really like him. But then after a few moments, I felt what I can only describe as a kind of silent, roaring river of energy coming towards me from the casket. And it was extremely powerful, and it was pulling me towards it, and I fell on the floor, but Raju's video he was filming showed that I didn't. And this lasted for several, well, more than seconds, well, it felt like a lot longer than a few seconds. And the next thing I remember is sitting back on the pews, the benches, Swamiji handing me a small bottle of plastic water, not plastic water, plastic bottle of water, and grinning, saying, "Energy sandwich," which I didn't really understand at the time. But as we were walking out of the cathedral, I remember him turning me to say, very quietly in English, "I'm only a medium." And what I hadn't realized is that Swamiji had stood behind me, and as I was falling forward, with his hands, he was stopping me from falling completely forward and onto the floor. So we left the cathedral and we sat out in the grounds for, I think, perhaps an hour or so. And at one point, Swamiji very gently explained that the reason why this experience was so powerful is I was between two divine energies, and it's the first time Swamiji himself had experienced someone being in between these two energies, hence the energy sandwich. And then later on in the conversation, he said, the only reason this could have worked is because I was St. Caradog in a past life. And I was totally shocked by this, and really quite worried. And and then at another point, she said, "I know you don't believe this, but the day you do," he said something like, "you will achieve many things." So really, that's how I got into Samarpan meditation.
Yes, that is very, very touching and beautiful experience. It was mesmerizing for all the audience and myself while listening to your story. There were goosebumps on us while listening to your story, and we are going to witness that through this video. But before you start, I want to tell people that with our understanding of whatever religion we are brought up in, we limit ourselves to the higher power or universal consciousness, what it wants to give. As we say in Hindi, that God wants to give with 1,000 hands, but we take only with 2 hands, and we ask for 2 hands. So in your life, whatever you believed was based on your knowledge from your religious background, your spiritual journey in this life. But when we come across a living guru like Shivkrupanand Swami, he very clearly told you that he is just becoming a medium. Medium meaning in English we use the word channel. The channel is the one who passes down the messages or energy from the higher powers and bring the information to the people in the living time or living beings. Okay, so he is just becoming a medium to pass the message or the information to you. But in recent discourse of Mahashivratri 3 days ago, Swamiji mentioned that I always see a person behind the living person. When I see a person, I see in Western world, we call that there is a guardian angel who is always there to guide us on our spiritual journey while we are alive. So Swamiji is such an enlightened person that he can see many things that with ordinary eyes we cannot see. But because of his spiritual powers, he is able to see the past life of the people. And that is how I remember, and I asked some of questions for some people that Swamiji was telling me in 2001 when I met him while watching the video from Rajendraji. In this video, I want everybody to pay attention that Swamiji during the video is going to talk in Hindi. Kundalini Shakti or the life force is not just an imagination or joke. It is a reality, and it can be literally seen from even the video easily moving upward, and how when a living guru's energy is releasing live energy, and the energy that is coming from the relics of Saint Karadog in the chest, both this energy start releasing and get activated. Tim's body as a living person got sandwiched, and that is what Swamiji is also talking about. Let's watch that video. So many beautiful memories. You have the treasure of those golden days with Swamiji in the early time of Samarpan.
Yeah.
And we appreciate. Thank you very much for sharing those with us.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
This is the miracle in the cathedral.
So this was the highlight of our experience, and what we actually really witnessed, that nothing like this ever happened. Well, you probably heard this story about Tim experiencing the divine force. So we videoed this in a short clip about what's actually happening, and this is how it was witnessed. So Tim is actually standing in front of the shrine of the chest. Sorry, yes, yeah. Of the three remains of the
three saints.
Right.
And there's Swamiji at the back there, sending up energy. So this was a time when his Kundalini was rising, and even his shirt was moving at the same time. So this is where the bones of Saint Caradoc and Saint David were placed, but they were not sure whether they were of Saint Caradoc. But on the next clip, we describe it, how it all started.
Right.
So, and then I think we talked a lot about that experience, because even the local people who were around there
So apparently the chest contained the bones, the relics of three saints.
Right.
So Saint David, Saint Justinian, and Saint Caradoc. And he said maybe the bones are of Saint Caradoc in here.
Mm.
So, but Tim has actually, the way, as you said, the whole thing was ordained by God, is that he actually took us to, we were walking into the cathedral, and we just went from one chapel to the other.
Mm.
And Tim kept saying, no, we need to go further, and as if the chest was calling him.
Mm.
So we went there, and he stood in front of the chest, and that's what you were seeing then.
We saw on the video itself how the energy was playing its role.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there was energy coming to him from the bones, and there was Swamiji at the back, and he's in the middle. So the next clip shows exactly what was happening. Swamiji explains it really well.
Uh-huh.
So we are now sitting outside the cathedral.
उसका शर्ट ही उड़ा था वो दिखा तो कुंडली से कल्पना नहीं है उसको क्या हुआ उसका एनर्जी वहाँ जनरेट होना शुरू हो गया तो जनरेट होना शुरू हो गया इधर स्वामी जी का एनर्जी था उसके बीच में तेरे को खड़ा किया तो दोनों एनर्जी के बीच में तो सैंडविच हो गया तो उसको आगे नहीं दूसरा ये सब ना पहले से निश्चित था कि हम तेरे यहीं पे रहने आने वाले थे तेरे से हमारा पहचान होने वाला था, तो तू खुद इच्छा कर रहा था मैं भी चलूं संख्या में भी इसलिए सवेरे से मैं ट्रांसलेटर उतर ही नहीं तो मेरे को लगा कि कुछ घंटी बजती रही क्योंकि वाइब्रेशन देखो शक्ति ज्यादा है इसका मतलब शक्ति का इस्तेमाल होने वाला क्या होने वाला है मेरे को नहीं पता चलता है लेकिन एनर्जी आ रही है इसका मतलब ही एनर्जी का कुछ यूज करता है मेरे से ट्रांसलेट करो मतलब नहीं ये ऊपर वाले का पूरा प्लानिंग था स्टेप बाय स्टेप करने का तो इसको राजीव भाई को लेकर नीचे गड्ढे में गए तो उसको एनर्जी महसूस हुआ तो उसका ऊपर है इनके अंदर कुछ भी विशेष
We almost thought he was going to fall over.
आज अपन उसको पहचान दी ना तो तीनों हड्डियां वहाँ पे रखी हुई है इसके उसके और कंफ्यूजन और अपन करंट निकाल करके उसके उसका परिचय लगा उसका पावर जनरेट हो गया इधर से दूसरा पावर जनरेट हो गया बीच में इनका सैंडविच
The poor team was caught in between the two.
मतलब आज पता मेरे ना आज तेरे कारण नहीं लेकिन आज टीम के कारण सबको पता चला ना कि वो कौन किसके अच्छा दूसरा तेरे को वहीं पे लेके जाना था इतना घुमा के हम इधर से वापस जा रहे थे नहीं आगे चलो आगे लेके उसके बाद वहां से घूम के आगे पीछे आ जाए वो घुमा करके बराबर उसी स्पॉट पे लेके आए वही तो कह रहा हूँ नहीं हम तो आगे रास्ते से वापस आ गए थे तो बोले आगे चलो करके आगे उसके बाद में वहां से फिर आगे निकल गया पीछे चलो पीछे ले गए तो बराबर वो स्पॉट पे वो ले गए
He's so excited to share this story.
It was really an amazing experience for him as well, because he's never encountered anything like it.
Basically, Swamiji wanted to make sure he understand the value of this experience.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's not something that was like coincidence, but it is pre-planned by the divine energy.
Yes.
We were all part of the story to be at that time in that place and together to experience this. I want to share with you what I see in this experience. Thank you very much, Tim, for allowing us to share this video with our audience today. Like Swamiji has been saying in his experience that from the morning that day, he was feeling like he is in trance. And he was saying that he was getting very heavy energies. And when he felt those energies, he was thinking today something good is going to happen because Guru Shaktis are passing me down those energies to be given or distributed to these people who are going to attend this retreat and who are with me today. So Swamiji says that there must be something that your soul knows that as a person on an intellectual level you don't know. That's why you were telling that I also want to go to St. David with Swamiji and show this place. And while everybody was walking away, you asked them to come back again to the place where there is a chest with the relics. So that is what Swamiji is saying in his messages during the video. But one very important thing that I noticed on a personal level that I would like to share with our audience is we have geologists today. They perform the test and we also come to know how old is the bones. But we never have the confirmation to identify whose bones are these. This is very spiritual experience because even the person who is reborn does not have the understanding or knowledge of whose bones are these. And that is why Living Guru is very important in the situation like this, where he can connect with the energy and not just with the person who is living. And that is how he solved the puzzle that was on the chest that says that, and there might be some remains or relics of Saint Caradoc. And that is how he solved that puzzle. So this is really a miraculous experience that made Tim and the other people present with him on that day believe that something unique, something very special on a spiritual journey is happening here with us. Thank you very much. Tim, you would like to say something before we move on the next?
Yeah, I should have said that a few years earlier to when Swamiji went to the cathedral, the Dean had arranged for the relics in the casket to be radiocarbon dated.
Mm-hmm.
And St. David and St. Justinian were 6th century saints,
Right.
And St. Caradog lived in the 11th and 12th century. And the carbon dating revealed that there were no relics in the 6th century, but they matched the lifetime of St. Caradog in the 11th and 12th century. And obviously, Swamiji didn't know that.
Right, right. So that is something. Go ahead.
How this perception, his perception of those relics, almost as soon as he'd walked into that chapel, is just astonishing, really.
And he is so humble. He's telling you first thing personally after that experience that he is just becoming a medium. He is just a channel. He's not trying to give anything of his own. It is meant for you and you are getting it. So that is something very unique.
In terms of meditation, I don't know where I'd be without it. I don't know how I feel without it. And as I said before, I think for me, it's like a path away from feeling separate from nature to feeling and experiencing part of nature. And it's the possibility of experiencing the flow of energy that flows through us and all of nature that is such a special and beautiful experience. And it's for me, it's wonderful.
Thank you very much for sharing that. And I think that is a life transforming experience. And we can say from both of your experience that Samarpan meditation is beyond religion, beyond nationality, beyond language, and any caste, color, creed differences that mankind has created to separate us. Because here it is all about one universal consciousness and one Guru Shakti that can always keep us united as one global family, which is the dream of Swamiji, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So I really appreciate your experience sharing. I will ask Liz the same thing, that how did Samarpan meditation affected your life? And would you like to give any specific message to our audience today?
Thank you. It's hard to encapsulate it into a short sentence or two, isn't it? Because
absolutely,
it's nearly 20 years of spiritual journey that just keeps going, really, and it goes through periods of cleansing and clearing and learning and growing, and then affecting your life in positive ways. And I've even forgotten some, I'm sure, of some of the amazing things that I've experienced with Samarpan. But it just creates this solid foundation. Even the past 12 months, which personally I've found extremely challenging, I think we all have in different ways, it still provides that solid underlying base of knowledge of being totally protected and totally surrounded, and I'm never going to get left behind in terms of my progress, because I'm connected to this collectivity, and I'm, as long as I am committed to connecting and wishing for that, that's enough to keep me progressing in my journey. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? That just that knowledge that, you know, it's almost like I read something this morning. If you know you're going to be successful in something, isn't that just amazing? You just get on and do it. And I'm thinking, yeah, absolutely. You can be successful at anything because you have the positivity to just get on and do it. We all have that capacity as humans if we just believe it. And I think the meditation just takes away those negative thoughts. It just eases life enough for us to be able to reach our potential. It's a constant journey, and I feel sometimes it's stepping forward, stepping back, plateauing, moving on. It's just this ebb and flow that goes with nature, and that's fine, because we're all on that journey together, and we're going to get there, because we're going to be successful, because ultimately we're connected to a bigger collectivity that's taking us, and it just feels so safe. I think that would be my underlying feeling over the past year particularly. It feels so safe.
That's a beautiful testimony. That's a beautiful testimony, because in the world where we are today, everybody feel insecure and unhealthy or unsafe. We are saying that because of this Samarpan meditation, we feel confident, we feel powerful, we feel that we are protected. The most important thing is that protection comes from the aura that we have developed throughout this continuous practice in last 20 years with Samarpan meditation. And Guru's guidance, Guru's energy is always going to talk through us from inside, from the voice of our soul. And that is what I hear in both of your testimony. Thank you very, very much for sharing all these beautiful memories and interesting information that people will not get chance otherwise without your input, and also input from the Pisavadiyas, because we learn so many things. We are feeling blessed that by the grace of Guru and all this soulful collectivity between all these all these people, that we are able to connect today on this platform of This is Samarpan, and put in front of the world how Guru energy came all the way from India, and how a young girl who was not confident one day when she moved into different area, that how I'm going to cope up with the changes in my life, with the challenges of my life, today is talking confidently that I feel powerful, I feel confident. And how Tim Syme, he's telling us that I didn't know anything about chakra, I didn't know anything about meditation or reincarnation, but after meeting Swamiji and after learning Samarpan meditation, today it is an integral part of our life. So I think we cannot ask for more than that. Before we go ahead, I would like to end the program with two things. We want to watch the last question from the Pisavadiyas. What was the most memorable event with Swamiji in your life that you would like to share for our audience today?
Oh, I think the Rhew one that we were just about to show you now was the most memorable. When I was archiving all these photographs and going back and looking at the videos, I decided to do a little booklet about our experience with Swamiji. So, yes, if you want to get the book, yes. And it was basically just putting all the pictures together and trying to figure out, what really happened. Because when such a Guruji comes to our life, we don't actually start planning to record anything. We don't make plans. It just happens.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. So you have to recollect the memories again. And with Surendra around with us all the time, I would keep asking, do you know what happened here? How did this happen? And then, so the most memorable time for us was in Rhew, the experience we had. So this is a book that I put together for Swamiji. And in there just tells you quickly, it's our story, like same thing as our picture in the beginning here. And then, of how we all started together, and the journey with all the photographs that we've just seen here in the video or in the book. So as I just flick the pages over quickly, so you can see it's basically just photographs and memories, and stories at the end, So basically I put about quite a few, and it covers a little bit of London, a little bit of Leicester as well,
Right. It's a beautiful collection, and if you get chance, you can share some of the scanned images with us.
Yes, I can. Yes. So these are some of the images here in Rhew. So I'll just quickly go through that, then I'll come to the video that our experience that happened.
Now Swamiji here is wearing, some of the saints in Wales used to wear these floral crowns.
Wow.
So I think one of the devotees made him this crown from flowers and leaves. I think he looks like a Welsh saint now.
Yeah, it looks more like a Welsh saint, yes. Just some photographs that we were posing in the garden in Rhew, and this was our group, or the Sadaks.
Beautiful.
I think Surendra is there in the background somewhere. I think Javan is there in the front. Yes, yeah. So this is just a short footage of how the Shabir was performed in Rhew.
Uh-huh.
So that's St. David's Cathedral. While Swamiji was living there with us, staying there, we used to go for a walk in the evening by the sea, and it was just literally walking distance from Rhew. It's a beautiful setting.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Lovely sandy beaches. But he loved going to the beach and meditating there on the rocks,
Yes.
I can see him there. We just spent the evening there together, isn't it?
Very beautiful video.
He did another miracle outside here. Was we took a little walk down the little lane, and all these birds started to appear from nowhere. You can see Swamiji at the bottom here, just sending out energy.
Yeah. Swamiji loves. Swamiji even communicate with the birds.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes, so he's doing with the birds. Yes.
What a serene, what a quiet place, and full of energy.
Beautiful place, So we were only about 17, 18 people there at the most.
I see. I believe Emma and Liz in that group.
Yes, yeah, you saw Emma and Liz in there. That's right. Yes, I should be very pleased to see that part. This is how Swamiji was giving us this course in those days. Beautiful singers on the trophy. This Terence. You see Liz here.
This is Afaf from Germany.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
This was quite an interesting time in the garden. We sat out there. He was going to explain how the energy and the vibrations are in the stone.
दूसरे को बांटने बिना प्रगति हो ही नहीं सकती. Without sharing with others, you cannot progress. देखिए, परमात्मा की शक्ति सामूहिकता में, कलेक्टिविटी में. जब आप सामूहिकता को देना शुरू कर देते हैं, ऑटोमेटिकली सामूहिकता के ब्लेसिंग आपको मिलते हैं. The power of God lies in collectivity. So as you start giving it in collectivity, automatically your progress will start. ठीक है, ये समस्या में आप चित्त डाल दिए, तो चित्त डालना आपका बंद हो जाएगा. Because you stop paying attention to those problems, and because of that, और आपकी प्रॉब्लम तो अब दूर हुई, आपको पता भी नहीं चला. जब वो शक्ति या सामूहिकता में शक्ति ऊपर जाती रहती है, when that energy is released collectively in the universe, उस समय रास्ते में कई हिलर्स की आत्माएं मिलती है. In that, on the way, we find souls of many healers on the way. बाहर के धर्म तो अपने को सौंपे हुए हैं. So by regular meditation, we have to change and improve our basic properties. Whenever I am in your company, I got this experience and that experience. तो लोगों को बोलता हूँ, ये तो पत्थर को होती है. And I tell them, even the stones, they get that type of experience. तो पत्थर को भी मैं 2 मिनट हाथ में रखूँ, तो वो भी वाइब्रेशन ग्रहण करता है. So if I keep the stone in my hand, even it will get vibrated. और दूसरा वो तुमसे श्रेष्ठ है, क्योंकि मैं जाने के बाद में वो पत्थर विचार नहीं करेगा. The stone is better than you because the stone cannot think. मैं जाने के बाद में तुम विचार करो. Because once I go away, you start thinking. अब ये तो मैं पत्थर से हाथ में पकड़ा था, आप इसके वाइब्रेशन देखो, ये पत्थर में वाइब्रेशन ग्रहण करते हैं. Now check the vibrations.
So this stone thing was quite important because over the following years when he came, he also did the vibration.
Yes.
And this is just some quality time we could spend with him in the room, just talking about various things.
It's very relaxing.
Very relaxing experience.
Yes. Many people who know him today with such a big number of devotees don't know that Swamiji has very beautiful sense of humor. And
Yes.
we used to benefit from that personal time with him.
Of course. Yeah. This is Elizabeth presented him with a beautiful cake she made.
Love from Wales. Wow, what a beautiful cake.
It's the last day.
That was on the last day, yes.
Yes. See, everybody wants to express their love to Guru, right? That's Srila Nag?
Shilanag.
Oh, that's right, Shilana. Yes. I think she came on the second time.
Yes.
Yes, in 2002. Yes.
This subtle body photo came only in 2002. Before that, it was only the half bust that.
Okay, right. Yes. Yes. Just for Tim, wasn't it? Yes. Yes.
It's just a thanking ceremony for Tim.
Right. He seems to be surprised.
He's such a humble guy, but he did so much for us.
I see Colin in the back also.
Yeah.
Yes, Colin is there. Yes, yes. It was just a perfect venue, perfect accommodation.
Yes.
He really looked after us.
Yes, I can see that. And
He really
he
looked
still have the same spirit it comes to serving others and helping.
Yeah.
So we are lucky to have him in today's interview, Nirmala ji and Rajendra ji, for sharing what
Yes.
was the treasure of all these videos and photos. If anybody wants to contact them because they are not here today and want to touch base with them or say thank you, you can send an email to Raju Pisavadia at icloud.com and they will be glad to reply you back. But we want to thank on behalf of Samarpan Global Community and UK Samarpan family for sharing this treasure. And what a beautiful special thanks to Tim Syme in that group at the Rhew. So thank you very much, Tim. And Liz, we truly appreciate your presence today. As a token of our love from This is Samarpan, I want to go back to what Swamiji was saying in the experiment at the Rhew retreat, that if I put the energy in the stone, that is going to store more energy than a human being, because human being is going to think, and because of the thinking, he may lose the energy that Guru is giving you. So the same concept, I want to share this slide. Human being may lose the energy that we received from Swamiji, but stone can retain that energy. And using the same principle, Swamiji says that when a Guru is part of that spiritual evolution, we understand about car coming one after another year with the different features and different models, but we do not understand the evolution that is taking place in Guru Shakti. How does that can be experienced or that can be seen? That is why Swamiji is here to teach us the language of vibration. Swamiji says that I am planting the seed of spirituality in each one of you, and depending on how you understand and how much you nurture that seed with the light of Guru and with the water of collectivity and practicing the meditation, which is your fertilizer, then you will grow that seed into a tree. But after our death, after our end of life, that tree will be of no use. And that is what has been happening when in Himalayas, one guru was passing the seed to another disciple, and it was one-on-one kind of things. But today, by the grace of those Himalayan gurus and their tapasya, it is possible that Swamiji has brought us the gift of spirituality that is going to last for next 800 years. Now, who can bring us this kind of blessing that you could become part of this project for next 800 years by donating into the Samarpan Ashram everywhere in different parts of the world? If you like today's program, it is my personal request to each and every one of you who are attending this program to donate to Samarpan Meditation UK.org website. There are different options, as you can see, and you can donate it through credit card or through bank transfer or different ways. You can certainly donate to us so that this project can be fulfilled, and that is the gift we can give to our Guru, because this energy that he has established and he has given us in the form of Mangal Murti, that is going to remain there, and it is going to bless children and great-grandchildren who are coming up to next 800 years. I would pass down to Sonalji for the next part of the program. Thank you very much, team, Liz.
Jai Baba Swami, everyone. Thank you. What a beautiful session. And if you're seeing the chat, it is just buzzing. And then a lot of people on team too. So everybody has spellbound by the story of Liz, Tim, and UK. So little recap of what I observed and learned from today's session. So we saw that in the beginning, we had Jaya Ben and Surendra ji, who started Samarpan meditation not just in UK. They organized a lot of ashrams in India, helped out with a lot of growth over there, and also in worldwide in different countries like Canada, or they traveled everywhere, and also Namisha ji and Bihar ji to set up ashrams all over the world. So thank you for that. And then we saw that Rajendra ji, Nirmala ji's spiritual journey started with their anubhutis when he was sick, and then got a Sai Baba's darshan, and then he became a medium to invite and spread Samarpan meditation all over the Wales and everywhere, and how that led to Tim's anubhuti. And Mr. Tim, like they said in that time, that there were no place anywhere other than the where the location for retreat was, where Mr. Tim was managing, and then they ended up there. So how the circumstances led to one after another. So that was an amazing thing. And in 2000, they had the tools to take pictures and do the videos. So we saw all the precious videos throughout. So that was an amazing collection through Rajendra ji and Nirmala ji. At that time, they became medium to that. And then we saw that Liz, how beautifully connected with Samarpan beyond language, feeling the vibrations, and how their experiences and practical experiences from Swamiji through the vibration connected them to Samarpan, and how they would ask questions and would get answered through Liz, through Swamiji in the discourse. So that was such a beautiful thing. And Swamiji said when they organized Chaitanya Mahotsav that everything will be okay. So that was a beautiful thing, that he had faith in Guru Shaktis, and all the theme of 5 elements, large crowd, bad weather, everything worked out in that favor of Guru Shaktis, and they experienced and sensed everything just coming together as one. So that was beautiful. And then the takeaway message from Liz too, that stay connected with Samarpan and you will never feel that you're left behind. So I think for our audience, that is just stay connected with Guru Shaktis, and we will sail through this beautiful journey with all the experiences. So thank you so much. I would like to invite Aishwarya next to take over the next thing.
Jai Baba Swami, everyone. Such a beautiful session and beautiful experiences that we just witnessed. And we are so blessed that after so many years, we are able to witness the experiences through this session.
Yeah, we would like to invite Viresh ji to introduce our team and talk about this.
Thank you, Sonal ji, for the beautiful summary that you provided of all the presentations that happened today, and thank the presenters. Particularly, I would like also to thank all the 6 great souls, the 2 Pisavadia couples, Tim and Liz, for sharing their soulful journey information, particularly out of the world experience of Tim, and also giving us rare footage and photographs of Swamiji and personal recollections and life lessons that they have had and they want us to take forward in our lives as well. Now, coming back to introducing the team, Hitendra ji at the top, what can I say? He is the torchlight leading all the activities, particularly this part, which is this is Samarpan activity. He has been a part of Samarpan family since 2001. Hitendra ji is the national lead of Samarpan for United States. He has a key role in bringing Samarpan to the United States of America and Canada region, and has created soulful bonding amongst the sadhaks all over the Americas. Coming to Sagar. Sagar is a young meditator from Buena Park, California, who joined Samarpan in 2016. He is working towards his associate degree in chemistry and really loves doing Guru Karya. He is an amazing tabla player, loves reading, and is a music lover. And he has a recollection of lot of old songs. Samarpan meditation helps him to connect with his soul, and he made sure today that our backstage runs smoothly. And there are quite a few people who are involved in staging today's program and in all the programs, particularly now, Aishwarya. You have seen Aishwarya ji. You have seen Hitendra ji asking Aishwarya ji to move to the next slide and so on. She is a young meditator from Mumbai. She is now a Californian. She joined Samarpan meditation only last year and already has had several beautiful anubhutis and experiences. By connecting to the Samarpan, she feels connected to the universal consciousness, and it gives her internal happiness. She has helped in coordinating the backstage, as we all witnessed. Now, Rasika ji from Plano, Texas, has been a part of Samarpan since last 8 years. Our multi-talented and humble Rasika ji has helped us in creating this beautiful PowerPoint today. She is truly a PowerPoint wizard, and she has made her home as ashram of the Swamiji's ashram in her own house. Here she is. Thank you, Rasika ji.
Jai Baba Swami. Thank you so much, Viresh ji, for the lovely introduction. Thank you so much. It's all Swamiji.
I want to add one thing at this point, that if you notice, the theme of Chaitanya Mahotsav 2004 was 5 elements, and if you look at our slides, there were 5 elements. If you want to show one of the slides, Aishwarya, there was a logo at the bottom of 5 elements, always there, as you see now on here. Okay, and this is the pick. This is the pick by Rasika while designing the theme of all those slides. So thank you very much, Rasika, for very creative and going to the ground of the subject and discussion today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I have a couple more people to thank. Priyanshi is another young sadhika from Sugarland, Texas. She is so sweet that she is in Sugarland. She is in grade 11 and loves to dance and loves to spend quality time with her friends and family. She is very jolly person and loves volunteering for Guru Karya, like in the Bal Vikas program of the it's American event that's happening every week. And she has also supported today at the backstage for this session. Now, Sonal ji from San Jose, California, we all heard her talking earlier. She is the backbone of today's program. She joined Samarpan meditation in 2017. She is very dedicated and caring sadhika. She really loves nature. Today, she has helped in coordinating and hosting this session. And I would be remiss if I do not mention 3 other souls. And before I mention those 3 souls, I have a confession to make. Halfway, just in the beginning, we had this issue of 100 people joined, and then it was not letting other people to join. There were more than 100 people wanting to join, but it blocked around 100. We had a premium paid Zoom account, but recently we were in talks with Zoom to increase our capacity, and in the process, I don't know what happened, and there was this cutoff happened, and then frantically I got a call from Shefali ji saying that we have to do something, and then we are the program is blocking at 100. So I then realized that maybe something went wrong here. So I went to a couple of my go-to people and find out what it is. And so we decided to take help of a couple IT people. And that's when Shefali ji asked Vishal ji and Himali ji particularly before that, I want to thank Shefaliji for her presence of mind and jumping in. And in doing so, what happened was she got kicked out of the 100. And finally, she managed to come back, and she contacted Vishalji. Vishalji, being again another IT wizard, decided that we will use the Teams program, Teams link, to get more people to join. And he had to use the Nari Shakti again, Himalaya's account, and then get the Teams and allow more people. And we had at least 32 more people who could join the program. Sincere thanks to Shefaliji, Vishalji, and Himalaji. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now I pass it on to Sonalji.
So one thing I want to say here is, in Guru Karya, nothing stops. And Swamiji also says that once you make a sankalpa or resolution, Guru Shakti will take over. All you have to do is start the work, and Guru will take over. Even in this challenging time, I want to give thanks to our leadership, new leadership, both Shefali and Vishal, and Sonalji as well as Himaliji are our new leaders for the Samarpan USA, and they are doing excellent job in this critical situation. And it is said that how smart and how capable you are is tested during the time of challenges like this, and they have proved that yes, with the grace of Swamiji, we are one and we can make it. So thank you very much for your Samarpan and your dedication in this Guru Karya, and making sure that all the souls benefit from this presence of this interview. Thank you. Sonalji, take over. Viresh Bhai, thank you very much for such a beautiful words that you put for everybody.
Yeah, I can, Aishwaryaji, one more person left behind in the previous slide. So can you go back to introduction? Thank you. So as you can see, we had Vireshji's energy and blessings in the program, along with our team of all the participants, all the team that is shown here, and then the Himaliji, Vishalji, and Shefaliji. We couldn't have done this without Vireshji. Vireshji was there in the meetings, and it is 4-hour difference from my zone to his zone, and he would be awake till late at night to make sure that our PowerPoint was done beautifully, guiding us and supporting us with his energies and ideas. So thank you, Vireshji. And Vireshji has been national lead of Samarpan Canada, and he's the driving force behind management of Montreal Ashram, and he's professor, and we feel really blessed to be in your presence. Both Hitendraji and Vireshji, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And
one thing I want to say about Vireshji is, he is the only professor I met in my life who don't lecture me. He loves me and he supports us in Guru Karya. So that is what makes Vireshji very special professor, or a very humble sadhak, I would say, that he is always there. And because of the atmiyata between me and Viresh Bhai, that all this Guru Karya and ashram things are moving very smoothly. And this is what Swamiji insists again and again. All you need is atmiyata, soulful love between sadhaks. Then only the Guru Karya will move forward. So thank you, Vireshji, always for being there for us and supporting us.
I think we are all in it together. Very good. Thank you.
Yes. Together, the energy is driving it. So thank you. But and moving on to very special video that our Samarpan Americas, all the way from Brazil, Peru, and USA and Canada had put together, and we would like to show you that.
आप अपने आंखों से नहीं, अपनी आत्मा के आंख से उस शिव का दर्शन करो जो शिव सामूहिक शक्ति का, आत्माओं के समूह का नाम है।
Oh, Swami. for loving me.
Oh Swamiji, thank you for loving me. Oh Swamiji, thank you for loving me. Oh Swamiji, thank you for loving me. Oh Swamiji, thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me.
Oh Swamiji, Shri Kripanandaji.
Oh Swamiji, Shiva Kripanandaji.
Oh Swamiji, Shri Kripanandaji.
Oh Swamiji, Shiva Kripanandaji. Oh Swamiji, Shiva Kripanandaji. Oh Swamiji, Shiva Kripanandaji. Oh Swamiji, Shiva Kripanandaji. Shiva Kripanandaji. Oh Swamiji. Oh Swamiji. Oh Swamiji. Oh Swamiji. Oh Swamiji. Oh Swamiji. Thank you for loving
Oh Swamiji, thank you for blessing me.
Oh Swamiji, thank you for blessing me.
Oh Swamiji, thank you for blessing me.
Oh Swamiji, thank you for blessing me. Oh Swamiji, thank you for blessing me. Oh Swamiji, thank you for blessing me. Oh Swamiji, thank you for blessing me. Thank you for blessing me.
What a
I have one more request, Sonalji, before we go on the Swamiji's blessings. Aishwarya ji, do you mind putting Rasikaji's slide for the UK ashram? Jayaben, if you are there, I would like you to come and please do the Shantipat for us for today's program before we bring Swamiji's blessings. So Jayaben right now is at the UK ashram, and she was sitting in the meditation room. We are going to experience the energy of the Mangal Murti at the UK ashram, as Swamiji says that anywhere in the world you go, just by putting your attention on the Mangal Murti, you will be able to communicate and receive the energy from there. I can literally feel the vibration by paying attention to these ashram photos and proposed Guru Shakti Dham. So before we do the Shantipat, I want everybody to make a sincere prayer that let this ashram project get fulfilled and finished successfully and as quickly as possible by the collaborative effort of all the sadhaks from all over the world. And we are all part of it. Jayaben, please give your last 2 words and we can do the Shantipat. Thank you.
Hello, Jai Baba Swami.
Jai Baba Swami.
Yeah. I just want to say the last word which was used just now, Atmiyata. Can we all, with Atmiyata, donate something for this UK ashram so it can be finished this year? So Swamiji can come next year and you all can be here with Swamiji to do the Anushthan of Mangal Murti again. So we can all witness the Mangal Murti in proper place, the meditation hall which we are doing at the moment. The work has stopped because of the fundings, but I'm sure it will start after this session. Each and every soul will be ready to donate something to UK ashram. And that's my pure wish and my prayer to soul at the Guru Charan. So please.
Yes. And I want to say something that Swamiji always says that everybody should feel part of every Guru Shakti Dham in the world. And no matter how small or big amount you contribute, when you contribute, you will feel from inside that no, I am part of this. I am part of this family. I am part of this Guru Shakti Dham, this ashram. So another thing is when we say something that please donate. So we have a saying in India that charity begins at home. I am vouching right now that from the Rana family, we will be donating 111 sterling pound for this ashram. So me first, and then I will request you, please put your heart, please open your wallet and donate for this ashram. It is my sincere prayer. Jayaben, we can do the Shanti Path now.
You please, can you do it with me?
Yes, okay.
Okay. Can we start?
Om Yo Shanti Antariksha Gwam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apah Shanti Aushadayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shanti Vishve Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagwam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Shama Shanti Dedhi Om Shanti 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 Sarvarishta Sushantir Bhavatu. Jai Baba Swami, and thank you Swamiji for all your blessings, especially by giving us this Mangal Murti for our country. Thank you everybody for being there.
Thank you. Jai Baba Swami.
Jai Baba Swami.
Now we will play a beautiful clip of Swamiji, of his blessings.
आप सभी को मेरे खूब खूब आशीर्वाद. नमस्कार.
He is always showering his blessing to all of us.